York. It's not a something-for-nothing town.
Just gonna give me a few days.
I can't do that.
Nigerian came in on a visa and has overstayed his welcome.
There's just no place I can get you both into.
You can't be on the streets.
Hannah, we need to leave now.
We need something good. This is something good.
I'm looking for my daughter, Hannah. This is Jake. He needs his mother.
You have a child. He is alone.
What are you doing?
Who are you?
Who am I?
I've made such a mess.
What I did is unforgivable.
I don't know how to be in the world at all. I used to live in a place like this. I was married. And now,
I haven't been able to see past the day in so long.
You can have it all back, Hannah. It'll be different this time.
Wow, it looks like there really is nothing the Vision can't do. Yes, I'm talking about Paul Bettany, who is making his directorial debut, but also his screenwriting debut. The trailer didn't really seem to highlight that. They did point out that he wrote it, but it is his first screenplay as well. So, very impressive debut. And he's an interesting case because I think he's embraced his lack of success and that Marvel has really given him like a second chance at his career, kind of like Chris Evans as well. And they're okay with that. They don't hate the movies they're making over at Marvel, kind of like how Daniel Craig has come to hate the James Bond franchise. But they're using that money and job security to allow them to go off in between those big Marvel movies and create these little art house movies. Chris Evans just released one himself. And that would be such a fascinating a side effect of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, wouldn't it? If they create like this little artist community of people who have such a great time on set together and are feeling so, again, comfortable because they have job security, that they can go off and make these little movies in between and hire each other, because you can see Anthony Mackie co-stars here as well, along with Paul Bettany's wife, who we met when they made A Beautiful Mind together, Jennifer Connelly. Now, Jennifer Connelly gets the first shout out in this trailer, but I have to say, and you know, they reference Requiem for a Dream, but I have to say, I've seen this from Jennifer Connelly before. It's not that groundbreaking, and she's done it since Requiem for a Dream, but really nobody's paid attention. So I think the real person of interest here, in my opinion, is Anthony Mackie, because I have not seen this from Anthony Mackie before. He's gotten a lot of chances even before he became Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, and potentially maybe Captain America. But in every other role that he's had, he basically plays the same kind of guy, right? He hasn't really showed the range or the seriousness, the serious drama of, say, Chiwetel Ejiofor or David Oyelowo, who are his contemporaries. And let's be honest, who he's competing with for roles. And obviously it would be great if he was competing with everybody for roles, and I think on some level he is, but in some levels he's not. So I think that Anthony Mackie needs to step up his game to seem like somebody that you want to have in like a movie like, let's say, The Martian. Look at the opportunities that Chiwetel Ejiofor has been afforded thanks to the more serious movies that he's done. So Mackie needs to get those on his resume so he doesn't just seem like a supporting player. And that's really the roles that he's gotten so far, you know, the wisecracking supporting player that fans happen to like. So I'm very excited about this role for him. I'm excited about the movie. I think that the homeless situation has always been a problem, obviously, but it's reaching another epidemic level in this country, in the United States. And so I think the timing for this movie couldn't be more perfect to try and put a face on that, so it doesn't just seem like a scourge. I mispronounced the word, a scourge on society. but really points out the problems that these people are facing, why they're on the streets when they would prefer not to be, and really underline the fact that the solution to the homeless problem is better public programs from the government and the city, etc. So, and those programs often get through with support from the citizens. And so movies do a great job of changing public opinion, or at least starting to change the tide. And so I hope that this movie can have that effect. Richard Gere recently played a homeless person. He got in the paper, or at least it was a very well-placed publicity story from the PR for that movie. Because someone actually thought he was a homeless person and gave him food when he was filming, somebody who wasn't involved with the picture. But nobody paid attention to that movie. It didn't get any attention, and it just kind of went totally unnoticed. Hopefully this movie will get more attention because of its who's involved with it. And I've talked about this, that when you hire prestige actors to be in comic book fare, genre fare, there's a tremendous crossover in the audiences, which is very exciting, right? You get some people who watch their serious films to try out their comic book movies, and you get people who like their comic book work to go try out their more serious films. And I think that's very exciting and great for the business. So that could help this. But also, those movies they rattled off at the beginning, Margin Call and All Is Lost, both J.C. Chandor movies. I guess he's moved on to a new production team, new producers, and so they've had to find someone else, Paul Bettany, but those movies got a lot of attention. This producing team is very good and very effective of getting a movie on the radar of the right people. So that bodes well for this film. So I think this looks surprisingly good. I thought it was going to be another like Jennifer Connelly ego piece, and I'm very happy to see that it is something much more. I actually think that she is the worst asset in the film and drags it down the most because, again, we've seen her do this so often. Also, I don't know, I guess it's the jaws of, the wanting to kill oneself so desperately, but I'd be like, I think Anthony Mackie could clearly, easily pull her off the side of a fence if he wanted to, considering, the huge difference in their body mass and sizes, and also, just testosterone, which is considerably stronger. But we'll see. It's little things like that. You might wonder why I mention it, but it's little things like that kind of make you roll your eyes and be like, okay, Jennifer Connelly, this is like your big scene, I guess. And that's problematic. You don't ever want something to happen in a movie that pulls the audience out and is like, oh, okay, this is just, servicing the actor rather than the story or the audience. All right, so that's my review of the trailer for Shelter. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. Be sure to share them down below, and you can check out some other episodes right now.